All right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, like all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh,
Howard by Shem, Yahweh Shai by Shem Rakakadash.
The honors of the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, to all the sons striking out their present the truth and sincerity. This is Brother Abaya.
This is Shemariah Allah.
We just sitting here, meditating, for one, the current events, and then, the reason why this topic came about is, we're seeing the prophecies come to pass. We're seeing the things unfold, but also, we in the midst of it, we still got to get ourselves ready,
That's right.
But you want to start?
Yeah. It's the book of 2 Timothy, chapter 2, verse 2.
Start at 1.
We'll start at 1. Verse 1, it says, "Thou therefore, my son, be strong in the grace that is in Yahweh Shai Hamashiach."
Right, be strong. And that word is G1743, to be strong, to endure strength, because we know that, going through everyday life, life struggles, it gets hard, you got to try to balance time with your woman, you got to try to balance time with your kids, balance time with your job, and if you got a business, you got to try to balance time with your business, on top of balancing the truth, and then you may have to deal with the 2/3, but you got to be strong. And how do you get strong is by taking heed to the word,
That's right. I was just thinking about it the other day, like, how we are with the brotherhood and how each brother is under subjection to Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. So on a spiritual level, we all know how to deal with each other, accordingly, and respectfully, showing love and being honest with each other, the whole nine. And you think about the world and where we deal with, we are dealing with these people who are demonically led through the wickedness that they, that's in their mind, and how they go about life in general. Like,
yeah.
It gets very vexing, on a daily basis, because whenever you're at your job, you go into the grocery store, you go out to a restaurant, anything, like he said, dealing with your wife, trying to juggle all these different things, and then in the midst of it, you are dealing with the 2/3 and the rest of these nations, and then how they operate is totally contrary to your beliefs and your customs and things that we've learned, along the way of becoming or turning back to our law, statutes, and commandments, remembering ourselves. So, roughly paraphrasing that, because we didn't remember ourselves. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. Verse 2.
Verse 2. 2 Timothy chapter 2, verse 2. And it reads, it says, "And the things that thou hast heard of me among many witnesses, the same commit thou to faithful men."
And then what are some of those things that you heard among many witnesses? First and foremost, this truth, that
Right.
The other nations are going into slavery,
Mm-hmm.
Esau is the devil, which we find to be true, and that's what we heard among many witnesses. On top of the stories about the miracles, brothers being delivered from diverse situations, brothers being blessed, beyond measure, all these things, play a factor. Those are the many stories or witnesses, the things that thou hast heard among among faithful men. To our favors, commit thyself unto faithful men. Who, go ahead.
Who shall be able to teach others also.
Who shall be able to teach others also. So if Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, put me through a certain situation, and I'm able to sit and do it, the next brother might go through a similar situation. I can give him advice, on that situation, and he may be able to get out of it too. And that's teaching. You know, matter of fact, the word teach, to hold, to disclose with others in order to instruct them. You know?
That's right.
So, yeah, you go ahead.
Verse 3 says, Thou therefore endure hardness.
Endure hardness. And that word for hardness is G2553, to suffer, to endure evils, to endure hardship, to endure troubles, to be afflicted. You know, so like we just stated in the beginning of the lesson, hey, you're going to go through all of these things. 2/3 go through it, but they have no faith. You know, we have the faith. So, hey, how much more are we to endure? You know, we have hope. Go ahead.
It says, As a good soldier of Yahushua Hamashiach,
Huh? Go ahead.
no man that warreth entangleth himself with the affairs of this life.
Right, and this is a war. You know, this is a constant war of the spirit against the flesh. You know, and we're not to entangle ourselves with the affairs of this life. And it's like we're going into a lot of definitions, but to entangle means to interweave, to of a thing to entangle, to involve in. You know, we're in the world, but we're not of the world. You know, just like you know, we like I said, we stated in the beginning. You know, we go through life, we got all these cares. You know, but hey, first and foremost, hey, we keep this word. You know, you might be ridiculed, you know, talked about, you know, for doing what you do, especially amongst your family. You know, you might be called gay, you might be called, you know, homosexual, you might be called, you know, all kind of madness that they be spewing. You know, hey, but you got to endure it. You got to, and that's part of the affliction. You know, they said, to roughly paraphrase scripture, a man shall be pretty much not accepted in his own city, you know, and of his own household. But go ahead.
This is verse 4. I'm going to start over from the beginning. It says, No man that warreth entangleth himself with the affairs of this life, that he may please him who hath chosen him to be a soldier.
Right. Please him that has chosen him to be a soldier. You know, he was called in to do, you know, to do the work, you know, the work of Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai. You know, and we're not doing it to please man. You know, we're not doing it to please our woman, our wife. You know, we're not doing it to please the world, but we're doing it to, for our own salvation first and foremost. You know, and whoever else that Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai may, you know, have us to deliver, if we be of the elect. But hey, like I said, first and foremost, hey, we're doing it, hey, for that crown. You know.
It reads, Salakia, verse 5, it reads, And if a man also strive for masteries, yet he is not crowned, except he strive lawfully.
God, hey, we're striving for mastery and we're striving lawfully. You know? Yeah, we're keeping the laws to the best of our abilities. Go down to verse 12. It's like we're going to skip a little bit.
Okay. This is 2 Timothy chapter 2, verse 12. It says, If we suffer, we shall also reign with him.
Right. So our suffering is not in vain. You know? And we're suffering affliction, you know, whatever affliction you might be going through. You know, it might be just you know, you battling your thoughts. You know, it might be just, you know, you having a pain every day at the same time. You know, we don't know what your affliction may be. Whatever it is, it's that what?
If we suffer, we shall also reign with him.
Yeah, if we suffer, we shall also reign with him. Reign with who? Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai. You know, when that kingdom come. But go ahead.
If we deny him, he also will deny us.
Right, and what's a part of that denying him?
Stop doing the work.
Stop doing the work. Oh, you know, I don't feel like it today. I don't. This weak ass attitude. Sorry to say it like that, but this weak attitude. You know.
Kind of like the elder said. You know, brothers about the. I think they brought out the brother who got reproved for not doing his 3 videos. You know, we've been called to labor and do the work. You know, sacrificing on that altar.
Okay.
You know, that goes along with all of it. You know, we out in we in highways and hedges. You know, and by way of the web and the internet, that's another form of highways and hedges.
Hey, yeah, it's part of doing the work.
So,
Go ahead.
if we believe not, yet he abideth faithfully, he cannot deny himself. Of these things put them in remembrance, charging them before the Lord, that they strive not about words to not profit, but to the subverting of the hearers.
Right. So we're not just saying things just to be saying things, you know. And we're prophesying. We're saying before the things that's gonna happen, you know. With this prophesy what's to come, you know. How to get out of diverse situations, you know, how to endure. You know, that's the message that we're preaching. You know? Look up the word subvertly. It says to overthrow, destruction, metaphorically, to to excite of a spirit of contract. It's like, what's that, concentration? Cause I,
Yeah.
right.
So like, metaphorically of the extinction of a spirit of consecration. So consecration.
So, hey, we're like I said, we're doing it to, you know, for our profit, our benefit, you know. Last verse, and we're gonna end it off on that.
Verse 26.
15.
15, okay, kind. This is 2 Timothy chapter 2, verse 15. It says, study to shew thyself approved unto the Most High.
Unto who?
The Most High.
Right. Hey, study to show thyself approved. And how do you study to show thyself approved? You know, one, in doing your individual study, you know, hey, and watching the videos or whatever case it may be, looking up different articles, you know, amongst yourself. Hey, but you know, also, hey, you got to come around. You got to study with the men that the Most High put over you or around you, for that matter. You know, because hey, they might have insight that hey you might not see. Go ahead.
It says, a workman that needeth not to be ashamed.
Go ahead.
I was gonna touch on that. It's like, you know, me being a younger brother in this truth, you know, there's been times where, you know, we play the scoff game and we do things in that nature. But like you know, when you don't know something, you kind of feel ashamed. You feel embarrassed, you know? And it's like it says, study show thyself approved unto the Most High. And so it's like, you got to put the work in so that you can, roughly paraphrasing, we boldly speak.
Right. Build up that confidence, you know?
It says, rightly dividing the word of truth.
That's the point. Rightly dividing the word of truth. Because if you've been studying, you've been doing the work, putting up your videos, you know, constantly keeping your mind on the scriptures, being around brothers, building yourself up. Hey, you're gonna be able to rightly divide the word of truth, so that when you when they say a workman that need not be ashamed, what do you have to be ashamed of? You know you've been studying. Hey, the Lord done passed it on from the men that you learn from. You know, they don't even have to tell you. You know, and you be like, dang, the Lord showed me that the other day. You know, and that's how you you know, tune yourself with the Spirit.
Man, I gave you perfect example. The other day I did a video, and this is before I watched Elder Malcolm's video or Elder Tahar, Elder Gabar's video, and I believe it was Elder Malcolm. It was the same, everything I was talking about, he was talking about, and that's how you know we're connected on a spiritual level as a body.
And it also shows the fact that you've been studying, you know. So, hey, the point is, hey, whatever afflictions come to you, hey, endure. Keep doing the work. Keep pushing, you know.
No matter what, pressing on.
That's right. Hey, so with that, you know, all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh,
Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Yahushai, Ba'Shem, Rakakadash.
The wildness to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. To all you sincere Akim out there, personal truth and sincerity. Shalom.
Shalom.